Hello, if like me you mess around with old cars because you can't afford a new one and you're forever welding them and patching them up, and you do a bit of fabrication, putting in patches, seals and this sort of thing, you probably come across these little clamps, little toggle clamps I think you call them. They're probably a special name for them. Anyway, I made these up myself. They're just a piece of extruded aluminium, could be steel, cut into inch lengths, and a slot cut down one end, hole drilled the other end, and just a thin washer brazed onto the end of the bolt. Look, it sits through there. Your little metal toggle or bar goes in the other end, and it holds your sheets like so, with a tiny gap between. So, as I'm sure you know, you can just tack where you want to and move these along and keep tacking until the whole job's lined up. It's exactly as you want it. Then you no longer need these and they're taken out. Well, that's fine if you can get to the other side of the sheet to put that in. But if you can't, you're a bit stumped, so you probably use magnets and all these sort of things to align panels. Well, I personally don't like magnets, and you know, if you make a few of these little things up in your toolbox, you'll find them very handy. There's nothing to make. You don't need any skills to make something like this. You can see how they're made. It's simple enough. Just make sure you get sort of thinnish washers, or you could use a piece of broken hacksaw blade or something like that, just brazed onto the end of the bolt, or you can buy them, they're dirt cheap. But now this is a little tip you may not have known, and okay, it's really silly and simple, but if you haven't come across it before, I personally like it, and I thought it was ingenious. When you've put these along a panel and you spot weld and move them along and move them along and move them along, if you put in a square on an inner sill or an outer sill, how do you get that last one out? How do you get it out? You can put it in while you've got the hole, but when you've got the panel in and you've got that the other side of the panel, how do you get that out? Well, you don't want that to drop inside if you could let it go. So that's a bit of a problem. Well, a really silly one here is to take half a match. Yeah, you've guessed it, haven't you? Take the head off, and instead of that bar, believe it or not, that match will hold your panels parallel, or in line should I say, okay? So it'll still do the job. And if that's not strong enough, well, you can use a toothpick or something like that. But when you get to the last one, of course you've guessed it, all you have to do is just keep winding, and it'll simply cut through the matchstick. They'll fall off. And the point is, and the clever bit is, they are so light they won't rattle inside the sill of the car. I told you it's a silly one, but I've used that a few times.